We briefly talked about tiling, that how what we see right now is just a conceptual stage, but if you want to get listing out of it, you have to do it in a different way. So how is that different from what we are seeing right now?
Yeah, well, the tiling, and this time again, I'm going back to the small roofs, because creating a tiling, you will see it is literally creating tiles themselves, like literal objects as tiles distributed along, and it will make the model quite heavy.
It's because it adds a bunch of more surfaces.
So for this reason, I will just demonstrate it on a smaller roof part, and for that I go back to the surrounding representation and to these small roofs, and I just rebuild the 3D. It's here, and yeah, they are there, and that's the roof which I will talk about now. This is it here. So what we see now, it looks like some sort of plain tiling or something like that, but this is literally only
just a piece
texture,
of texture, so
which I can find online, or I can use the default built-in texture library. This will give me the surface. It will have a nice visual feedback, but it's not creating real tiles. Sometimes it's necessary for demonstration purposes, for visual purposes, or for simply, you know, doing the documentation and being able to create the right cut right away. So to do that, I need to change how it works inside within this roof. I go to the roof tiles and see there is a basic roof, and it's simple. And then there are these objects that I can select. This interlocking round, I think I will go with this plain round. And now there is a question that it should change the roof layers. Yes, do that.
That's what
I want that.
Now.
Click OK. And then I go back and find the layers in geometry, and actually this is what it was talking about. I'm sorry, this is what it was talking about. It should turn off the top layer, which happened. But still it's overlapping itself because I did not enable the roof layer. So now the conceptual is merging with the detail, so I should turn this back on. And then this way I can see the tiles themselves now, only because I did not set up anything else. If I would like to start with a different roof shape, I should go with the simple roof, like this one, and repeat this, because now I have all the structure. I should go with the roof layers. I should enable this and this, update, and go back and say, okay, roof tiles. Again, let's just go with the plain round. Yes, update. And then now this is what I have here. Now, what's the problem here, and why is it happening here, and why do we see what we see here? Now, first things first, the representation of the roof tile is not as it should have. It's not rounded. And it's because by default the software is set to display simplified tiles, which are just planes. So I should go with the displaying with the full tiles. Okay, update. Now I see the full tiles. Now there is a problem with this tile here, because they are overlapping each other. This should not. These should, but this should not overlap itself. And this overhang, which is see the CW value here. This value is 2 centimeters smaller than the tile itself. So if this equals these two value equals, then they are just simply snapping next to each other.
And what about the rows? How can you make them more dense?
Now, this is because, well, there are two settings. Either I align the tiles to the battens or the other way around. Now, let's see, what's the setting for the batten? The battens are set to very far. So now, each batten has tile on them, but there is a large gap between them. So I should use at least half the distance. And in that case, distance of battens, let's just go with 3. And let's just click update. It's because it is the battens are regulated with the tiles, but yes. I should do it the other way around. So I should go here and say, okay, battens should be in a shorter distance, and now I have a proper roof setting. Now if I go and find the roof tiles, let's see what else we have here. We have a different roof tile, a different roof shape, I mean tiling shape, different object. Now these are objects, that's what I'm talking about. These are objects that you can download or create on your own. You can use it on the roof itself. So now going back to the plain round normal, there's one another thing, because for this specific roof tile, sometimes we do have a row shift. And it's here. This row shift should be, usually it's half the width of this the style, so it should be 0.09. Update, and then there's a nice row shift here, and all the rest is regulated with these settings. So you can, when there is a cut, you can set up where, okay, the roof tiles are stopping at the whole edge, or they are shifted. This is controlled here. And also there is there's one other setting that I wanted to tell, and it's about the rest, like the ridge, the valley, and the eaves. This is again something that you can control here. Now we don't have valley here, so I won't demonstrate it, but the ridge works pretty similar. There's always a simple option, or you can set up a real tile and say, okay, this is what I want to see, let's update, and then this is how it ends up.
Perfect. And this will be part of your calculation now. So instead of having simplified objects, you have the real deal.
Yes, and there is one another question which comes up from time to time, and this is this gap here with what we have now, and it's simply there because my buttons are not.
So if you pull the buttons higher up,
then which comes here, this is where I can determine that the value D should not be larger than this value. Let's just change it to 2 centimeters, for example. There should be 0.02. Update, and now it's nicely coming below.